pretty much amazing. Yeah.
Alright guys, you're probably thinking, what? This isn't a car, she's finally lost it, she's off her rocker. But no, I'm the TheFloorHugger, and I'm bringing you what is a shifter cart. You can't have racing without a shifter cart, because practically everybody starts there. From Formula 1 champions to Indianapolis 500 and the 24-hour Le Mans winners, most every one of these drivers likely have one thing in common. They began their motorsports career by driving a racing cart. Elegant, simplistic in its design, the typical racing car consists of rigid steel tube frame chassis, a snug-fitting bucket seat, and a solid rear axle. And I had some grammatical errors there, I'm sorry. A small two-stroke engine with 2 pedals for brakes and throttle. While piloting a racing car, you'll notice that the driving feel is extremely direct and requires precision inputs. There is no other racing machine out there better suited to hone your basic driving skills. While the power out of an entry-level cart may only be around 15 horsepower, the top speed can exceed 100 kilometers an hour. Now, I don't know what it is for you miles per hour people, but whatever. What's more, racing carts exhibit extremely sharp handling as a result of their very low center of gravity and high grip level from their racing slick tires. There is no conventional gearbox like those found in road cars, and the suspension is very basic, so the driver needs to use his skill to be fast around a racetrack. The cornering G-forces of a racing car can often rival that of a top-class Formula car. This racing kart introduced in Gran Turismo for the first time is powered by a air-cooled 2-cylinder 100cc engine, a very basic setup to give you the fun experience and direct steering feel only possible in these tiny racing machines. Now, these cars, I've driven these cars like in real life shifter cars. Not like, I'm not a driver or a racer by any means, but I'm just going out for fun. These cars are a rocket. It is intimidating the first few times you get into it. It is kind of scary, like that just right there. Yeah, it is intimidating. I like it. It's a rush. You're so close to the ground, you're close to the road, you can feel every bump, you can feel every sharp turn, all the G-forces. These cars, if you're starting out or you just want to experience something different and you can't afford to buy a Formula 1 car, then these are the cars to just sit in, find a local track. I'm sure in every city there is a local, like here we have Speeders is one of them. We have, I can't remember the big racetrack where there's actual races, but it'll come to me eventually. Probably not this video, but just I'm saying try everything once, guys, because these cars are ridiculous. And these are more than likely, you ask any racer or any driver in the professionals, this is where they started. You have to start somewhere, and street racing will only get you so far. You start in the shifter cars, you start in the, well, you can't really call these go-karts, because these are death on wheels, basically. So, I don't know what you would call these if you don't classify them as cars. I would call them maybe going to the grocery store really fast cars, maybe getting your chores done really fast. You know, your wife asks you to do something, take them out. Now these cars aren't, especially the top level ones, aren't cheap. They are so expensive. Some of them. Depends if you're like a home built. Depends what class you're in. If you're a professional and you got your sponsors, these cars are ridiculously expensive. But if they're just like, if you go to a, like I said, go to a local venue that does these, they're not as expensive as the shifter cars because they have all the padding and protection and extra plastic. So if you crash into crap, it's not a big expense for them to just replace a plastic bumper. But the shifter cars, oh. One of my friends races professionally. Started in shifter cars, and I gotta tell you, some of the prices on the crap. Oh, I almost passed out. And I'm just like, glad thing I've never. I race casually dirt bikes, but yeah, my dirt bike was cheap. Well, it was cheap compared to these things. Anyway, guys, this is a PDI racing cart 100 in ugly purple. I didn't get to choose the color. It's got 22 horsepower, 11 foot-pounds of torque, and this car, my cart, has only driven 31.2 miles. That may not, I don't know if that's a lot or whatever, because I'm not in miles. I do kilometers over here in Canada. I didn't really have much to talk about. I just wanted to bring this guy out to you guys. Thanks for watching. Always, guys. Thanks for your support. And I will see you guys on Friday for Black Ops Weekend Kickoff. As always, stay thirsty, my friends.